Hello, good afternoon. Hey, how are you? Hello. Hello, good student. How are you now? Okay, let me see your faces. Kindly open your cameras. Okay. I see your beautiful and handsome faces on my screen. So, how are you, dear student? I hope and pray that everyone is great despite our situation. And thank you for logging in and responding to my call for a virtual discussion today. So before we start, may we first invoke the presence of God with a short prayer. So may I begin with a short prayer. All right. Amen. May the Lord God bless us all. Okay, before we proceed, may I check first the attendance? Okay, may I see if Anna May is here? Okay. What about Mark Anthony? Melvin? Where's Melvin? Okay. Melvin. Okay. Next we have Joseph. Angeline, the one who led the prayer a while ago. Where's Lloyden? Enran. Okay. So everybody is present. All right. So um in our GC, I have posted there some house rules to observe in posting queries, questions, and comments, right? I also ask you to observe phone etiquette when you wish to call me and even want to text me through my personal CP number. I also posted some rules to follow when having a virtual discussion. So for a recap for the house rules to observe during this virtual discussion, okay, be prepared and on time. Second, be dressed or groomed in a manner appropriate for a classroom. So I can see that you are well groomed and well prepared for this virtual discussion. Find a quiet place, okay? Free from distractions, of course. Listen to your teacher and focus to the slides being presented. If you have questions, raise your hand or type in the chat box for your questions as well as for your relevant comments. And lastly, of course, we have to be respectful. Okay? Now, in your modules distributed last week, okay, we discussed or it is discussed there the elements of a short story. Okay, may we have first a review if you can still recall the elements of a story. Anyone who can recall the elements of a story? Ayn Rand. Oh yes, Irene, you are raising your hand. What else? Okay. So you made mention about the character, the setting, the theme, the plot, and of course the conflict. Let us see if you are correct. Okay, so these are the elements of a story. No, you have got it all. Okay, setting, character, conflict, plot, and theme. So let us review again the definition of this. Okay, character is or the people or animals who take part in the action of a short story. So depending on the nature of the story, characters are more often people or animals. Writers use animals to perform the actions or people or animals to perform the actions and speak the dialogue of a story. So take note that in the character, they are the who of a story. Okay, take note of that. Then we have the second one. It's the theme. Okay, theme is the controlling idea or the central insight. A little more abstract than the previous elements, the theme refers to the underlying insight, the moral or idea that the writer is expressing through the story. It is in this element that is often taught as the message. Okay, take note of that, the message of a story. Next, the setting. It tells when and where the story happened. Okay? It is the where and when of a story. Next, we have the plot. The sequence of events in a story. The plot relates to the events that happen in a story. It is the what of the story. Usually, plot begins with a problem and ends with solution. And lastly, we have here the conflict. Okay, it is the opposition of forces which ties one incident to another and makes the plot move. Every story worth its salt requires conflict. This conflict can be thought of as a challenge or problem that drives the action of the story. Setting up a series of cause and effect events, conflict gives these events their why. Okay, why this happened? Okay, something like that. All right. So those are the elements of a story. Okay, take note of that. Okay, so before we proceed with our discussion, let's have this one first. Okay, I believe you are familiar with this. Let's play first the four picks, one word. Are you familiar with that? Right. Yes, I believe you are familiar with that. So this, I will be showing rather four pictures in a set. Then you're going to identify or guess a word, okay, that is in having a relationship with one another. Okay. So in these pictures, there are 8 letters, no? The first picture is about earthquake. Second, volcanic eruption. Third, a flood. And the fourth one is a wildfire. Who can guess the word? Anyone? Where are you now? Okay. This word starts with letter D. Okay, anyone? Yes, Ariston. Come again. Okay, disaster. You agree with it? Disaster. Okay, we are just experienced flood, no? Just recently. Okay. And in other parts of the country, there are also some volcanic eruptions and earthquake. So this is disaster. Very good, Ariston. Okay, next one. What about this? Okay, the first letter of this is F, five-letter word. There is a church, one for you. Okay, anyone? I can guess the word. Come again. Okay, you are saying faith. Very good. Okay, that is faith. All right, next. You're doing great. Okay, what about this? No? In the history of the life of Jesus, in the first picture, it is when Jesus rose from the dead. Second, Jesus walked over the waters. And then we have here when Moses divide the ocean. Did I say divide or cut the ocean so that Israelites may walk or pass by. Oh, where is Anna May? Anna May, this is starts with letter F. Do you have a clue there? Anna May, come again. It's miracle. Okay. Have you ever experienced miracle in your life? Yes. Okay. Next one, we have the final picture, set of pictures. We have here a mathematical equation, a person pulling up a big stone over the hill. Then we have there a big question mark and a one thinking. Then there are obstacles. It starts with letter C. Yes, then. Come again. Okay, challenges or challenge. All right. Very good. You are doing great, dear students. All right. Have you have a challenge in your life already? Yes, of course. No? Okay. So these words are associated with our lessons, disaster, faith, miracle, and challenges because we are going to tackle the life of Pi. Okay? In our GC, I ask you to download or view the movie Life of Pi. The link was there in your SLMs, in your self-learning modules. Okay? I also ask you to take note of the different events life happened in the life of Pi there. And aside from that, those who cannot download or view the movie from YouTube or from the link, okay, I also included in the SLM the summary of the life of Pi. Okay, Life of Pi by Ian Martel. Okay, who among you viewed already the video? Did you view the video? Okay, nobody is responding. Okay, did you read the summary of the life of Pi inserted in your SLM? Yes, Ariston. Okay. So let's check if you really viewed the life of Pi or the if you really read the story or the summary. Okay? So let's check. Now, who is the main character in the story? Oh, where is Mel? I want Mel to recite. Mel, where are you? I think Mel left the group. Okay. Yes, Ariston. Are you raising your hand, Ariston? Okay, the main character in the story is Pai. Okay, who is Pai? Of course, the main character in the story. Okay, what is the complete name of Pai? Huh? It is there in your SLM, in your module. Yes, Irene. Okay. Come again? Okay. It's Pisin Moritel Patel. Okay. Now, why Pai was bullied by his fellow students and his teachers? What do you think is the reason why he was bullied by his fellow students and his teachers? Yes, then. You are raising your hand. Because of his name. Okay. His complete name is Pisin, right? Pisin. So he was being bullied by his classmates and his teachers because of his name. That is why, what did Pai do? In order for him not to be bullied, oh, where is Mark Anthony? What did he do? Yes, Ayn Rand. Okay, he changed. Okay, his nickname was Pising from the word peace, peacing. Okay, so he explained that his um his nickname should be pi from the mathematical term pi, which is equivalent to 3.14 and so on. Okay, so is it good to be to bully other people, guys? Is it good to bully other people? Yes, Lloyd. Of course not. Okay? We should not bully other people. That is a bad attitude. Right. Next. What are the problems encountered by Pai from the story, from his story? What are the problems? There are a lot of problems encountered by Pai, no? In the story or in the video. So anyone who can give one problem? One problem. Where is Mark Anthony? Yes, Joseph, you are raising your hand. Okay, lack of food. Okay, because they stuck from the middle of the ocean, no? So they don't have food to eat. What else? Hello, where are you now? Yes, Irene. All right. Yes, how could he survive? Okay, so that is one of his problems. How could he survive from that challenge? Okay, next. What about Mark Anthony? Where is Mark Anthony? Oh, Mark Anthony is a silent person. Okay, what about Ariston? Ariston, come again. I can understand. Make your voice louder, please. Exposure to the extreme heat. Of course, they were drifting in the middle of the sea or the ocean for how many days? 227 days without shelter. So they were exposed to extreme heat. Okay, very good. Now, um, from the different scenes, no? From the different scenes in the movie, for you, what is your favorite one? What scene from the movie you like the most? There are exciting, there are challenging, okay? Scenes from the movie. What scene is the best for you? Or what do you like most? What scene do you like the most? Oh, Irene again. Okay. When Pai and Richard Parker, the tiger, no? The tiger here is Richard Parker here is the tiger. So they became friends. We all know that the tiger there is a ferocious one. How was he able to tame it? Yes, he made a whistle. I think he also take good care of the tiger when he felt sick. Yes, all right. What about Anna What scene do you like the most, Anna? Yes, they landed on the island, right? Okay, so Pai has already this feeling of relief. Okay, very good. What else? Anyone? Okay, let's see. Lloyden. Which of the scene you like the most, Lloyden? Wow. Okay, very good. That is one of your favorite scene in the movie. It is just like staring at the wide sky. No, the species are glowing. Okay, very good. All right. Have you already encountered different problems in life? Yes, of course. No? So how do you overcome problems and challenges? How do you overcome these problems? Yes, Angeline? Okay, we should always entrust. Okay, we entrust our problems to God. Of course, let's continue to pray. Do not stop praying. Okay. What about you, Mel? I think Mel is already online. She is now active. Mel. Okay. So Mel said that she usually prays when she encountered problems and challenges in life. So that is the best weapon, is it not? Praying. Um, we should not stop praying and ask the guidance of our dear Creator. All right. So now, a while ago, we made mention about the plot, no? One of the elements of the story. Okay? Plot is the sequence of events. So this is now our main discussion, the elements of a plot. All right? So the elements of a plot, it says there, first one is exposition. So exposition is beginning of the story and prepares the way for upcoming events. This is the first part of the plot that establishes the main characters, the protagonists, and of course the setting. We get to know who is who, as well as when and where the story takes place. So at this point, the reader is just getting to know the world of the story and what is going to be all about. Okay? So take note, the first part of the plot is exposition. From the word expose. Okay, it introduce. Alright, next we have the second element of the short or the plot rather. We have the rising action. Okay, these actually are in your SLMs. Okay, occurs when the main problem or conflict addressed with a form of action. So in this part of the plot, the primary conflict is introduced and is built upon to create tension both within the story and the reader. Okay, we should ideally be feeling more and more drawn to the text. The third one is, what do you think is the third one? Huh? The third element of the plot? Okay, the third element of the plot is climax. Okay, climax is the most exciting part of the story. Okay, arguably the most part or the most important part of a story is the plot. Okay, this is the biggest plot point, which puts our characters in a situation wherein a choice must be made that will affect the rest of the story. Okay, this is also the critical moment that all the rising action has been building up and the point at which the overarching conflict is finally addressed. Okay, so the tensions here are highest and instilling in a reader of a sense of excitement, dread, and of course urgency. Okay, so that is climax. Then the fourth one, if we have the rising action, of course, we have also the falling sun. Okay? It occurs immediately after the climax and details the consequences, whether good or bad, that the characters must deal with after the turning point of events. Okay? So, this is when the tension has been released and the story it begins to wind down. So we start to see the results of the climax and the main character's actions and get a sense of what this means and how did their choices affect themselves and those around them. Okay, so at this point, the author also ties up loose ends in the main plot and any subplots. And the last one we have the resolution. Okay? The other term for resolution is denouement. Okay? It tells us what happens to the characters after the conflict is resolved. So the final plot point is when everything has been wrapped up and the new world and the new sense of normalcy for the characters has been established. So the conflict from the climax has been resolved and all loose ends have been neatly tied up unless the author is purposely setting up the story for a sequel. Okay? So there is already a sense of finality and closure in the resolution. Okay? So these are the different elements of the plot. Okay? So do you have any question? Do you have any question with the elements of the plot, dear students? Are you sleeping now? You can open your camera. All right. So since you do not have questions with the elements of the plot, let's go back to the story of Pi. Okay? And let's have this activity. Okay, the following are the different scenes captured from the movie or the story. So you're going to arrange these events in the appropriate element of the plot inside the boxes. So since this is virtual, you're going to just tell me the exposition, the rising action, the climax, the falling action, and the resolution. So these are the events or the scenes rather. Okay? So they are labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The first one is the parents of Pi decide to sell their zoo because of some problems and plan to migrate to Canada. Second scene, Pisin Molitor Patel lives with his family in the Pondicherry Zoo. Third, Pi tames Richard Parker and asserts his authority over the tiger. The number 4, the Chim Chum ship sinks due to a very strong storm while Pi drifts away in the lifeboat. And the last scene there, Richard Parker runs to the jungle and leaves Pi immediately. Okay? So after reading this, okay, look at your screens rather. Okay, tell me what scene number is exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, or resolution. Okay, anyone? All right. Who or what number is exposition? Number number 2. Why do you say so? That number 2, scene number 2 is the exposition. So from the meaning of the exposition, no? Okay, that is introducing the setting. Okay, it says there, the Pi lives with his family in the Pondicherry Zoo. Okay, very good. What about the rising action? Yes, then number 1. Why? Do you say so? Okay, that is now already the introduction of conflicts, no? The start of the conflict. Okay, the parents of Pi decided to sell their zoo because of some problems, no? And they plan to migrate to Canada. So they board to the Chip Chum ship. Okay, next. What is the most exciting part or the most exciting scene here? The climax. Then again. What about the others? Huh? Yes, yes, Joy. Why do you say so that number 4, scene number 4 here is the climax? Oh, who is that singing now? Singing a lullaby. Are you sleeping? Okay. So the Chim Chum ship sinks due to a very strong storm while Pi drifts away in the lifeboat. What is your clue there that you say it is the climax? Irene. Okay, there was a very strong storm. Okay, that drifts Pi away from the lifeboat. Okay, now let's proceed to the following action. The following action here, the problems are being or it's about to resolve. Which scene? Huh? Yes, Ariston. I want to hear your voice. It's number three. Okay, what made you say so? Also, Pi thinks Richard Parkin asserts his authority over the tiger. Hmm? Yes, Ariston. He was able to. Is it not that his main problem here is the tiger? Richard Parker. So he was able to tame Richard Parker, is it not? Another his authority over him. Okay, so that is now um about to the solution of his problem. And the last, of course, we have scene number or Joseph. It's time for you to shine. It's in number five. No other choice, no? Okay, Richard Parker runs to the jungle and leaves Pi immediately. So the problem of Pi here now is already resolved. Okay, Pi or Richard Parker leaves him already. Okay, that actually um, this is Richard Parker is the main problem of Pi. And we all know that tiger is a ferocious creature. All right. So do you understand now? Exposition, rising action, the climax, falling action, and resolution? Very good. All right. So let's go back again. Without looking at your notes, dear students, what is plot? What is plot? Yes, then. It is the sequence of events. Okay? O then, what are its elements? Yes? All right, very good. Can you repeat, Ayn Rand? What are the elements of a plot? There is a reverberation of sound. Okay, again, exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. Okay, why is it important to include all the elements of the plot in a story? What do you think is the reason? Hmm? Why it is important to include all the elements of the plot in a story? Anyone? Oh, where is, yes, Joseph. You are raising your hand. Okay, Mel is also giving her comments from the chat box to complete the story. Okay, yes. Very good, Mel. What else? Yes, Joseph, are you telling something? Okay, for you to better understand the whole story. Okay. It is very important to include all the elements of the plot in order to have a full understanding of the story or the text. So, plot should have a very clear beginning, a middle, and of course, an end, so that readers can make sense of the action and follow along from start to finish. So, every story has a conflict to solve. All right. Next one. What is the moral of the story? Okay. What is the moral of the story? Yes, Angeline. What is the moral of the story? What is the lesson you learn from the life of Pi? Survival of, come again, survival of the, come again, of the fittest. All right. So for Angeline, the moral of the lesson is survival. He was because Pi was able to survive all the obstacles and challenges that he encountered in his life. Okay, very good. What about you, Den? All right, always play and never give up. All right. What else? What about you, Joseph? What lesson you have learned from the story of Pi? Oh, yes, Ariston, are you raising your hand? Come again? Unconditional, all right, unconditional faith, okay, with God. So keep our faith, no, to our Creator. Do not easily give up when faced with challenges. Take note, class, that problems surround us, is it not? So it's up to us how we react and how we respond to these challenges. Okay? One more thing. When you face with difficult times, know that these challenges are not sent to destroy us. However, they are sent to increase and strengthen our faith. Okay? We have to embrace its challenge in our life as an opportunity for our self-transformation also. So I believe, dear students, that you have gained a lot from our discussion today from the story of Pi. All right. Okay. So, of course, we have here the assessment. Are you ready for this? Right. So for the assessment, okay, read the different scenes extracted from the story. You're going to identify the elements of the plot of the text and write E for exposition, RA for rising action, C for climax, and FA for falling action, and R for resolution. So when do you write your answers? Okay, you're going to post your answers from the chat box. I will give you only 2 minutes to finish this activity. Are you ready? All right. So get ready then. In three, two, one. These are the questions or the different scenes. Okay. All right. So are you through? Okay, I don't see any comments yet from the chat box. Okay, where are you now? Are you still writing? Are you still answering? Okay, Joseph is already through. Okay, Ariston. All right, Mel Trinidad. Mel's already through. Mark Anthony posted already their answers from the chat box. Okay, in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. All right. So let's check if your answers are all correct. All right. Okay. On number one, Pai is interviewed by two Japanese men about the sinking of the Chim Chum ship. This is the resolution. So the answer for this is R. Very good. Okay. So in this scene, the two Japanese men already, or Pai is already in the hospital. Okay. Next, number two, Pai believes in God and continues to pray. Alright. The answer for this is FA. You did not follow the instruction, no? FA. Okay. Number three, Pai practices religion, which are Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam. This is that. This is exposition. This is the exposition. Okay, introduce us about life. Okay. Number four, the family boards the Chim Chum ship to Canada. This is the rising action. The last one, of course, that is now the climax or letter C. Pai is shocked when the tiger comes out unexpectedly inside the covered part of the lifeboat and devours two hyena. All right. Okay. Congratulations to all of you. Okay. Kindly, may I see your faces from the screen? Okay. Show a thumb up sign. Yes, very good. All right. So for our agreement, okay, you're going to watch the video from the link. It is this one. The link um was posted also in your GC in your group in our group chat, and be able to point out the elements of its plot. No. Okay, and then this is also in your module, no, in your SLMs. Okay, write your answers in a graphic organizer. And then the second one, you're going to read the story, How My Brother Leon Brought Home a Wife by Manuel E. Argilia, and do answer the different questions after this story. This is found in your SLM's pages 6 to 10. Okay? So, again, thank you very much. Keep safe always, and kindly extend my warm greetings to your parents and to the members of the family Advance Happy Valentine's. Okay? So, okay. Hi, goodbye. Okay, thank you and God bless.